Hello, how's it going today? I'm here at the Prince Edward Point National Wildlife Area, just south of Picton, Ontario, in Prince Edward County. The last time I was here was way back in 2023 in October. And the last time I was here, the Bird Observatory wasn't open. So I've come back to explore the Bird Observatory. And if you want to see my previous videos here, click the link at the top of the screen and we'll get you those videos as well. So this is part 4 of my adventure out here to the Prince Edward Point National Wildlife Area. Follow me and let's go to the Bird Observatory. Okay, so unfortunately, the Bird Observatory Trail is closed again today due to some conservation efforts that the staff are putting on right now. Here at the Bird Observatory, they band birds' legs with different collars and stuff so they can keep track of all the different species of birds that live here. And so that's what's going on today. The staff are taking care of our birds that live in this wildlife area, and that's okay. There's lots to see here, including this barn swallow habitat that has been built to protect barn swallows. So the barn swallow population used to be abundant around Ontario, but it has declined by almost 70% since the 1970s. The causes of the recent population decline are not well understood, but one potential cause is the loss of a nesting habitat. So that's why they've built this here, so the barn swallows can nest in it. So even though we can't go into the Bird Observatory Trail, there's still lots of birds flying around up here. You can just see why this National Wildlife Area is so very important. Okay, so since the trail over there, the Bird Observatory, is closed, we're gonna go off this way and go check out the lighthouse. One of my favorite parts of being here at Prince Edward Point National Wildlife Area. Okay, so here we are at the harbor. The last time I was here, there was a boat going out to do some research. And there is our beautiful lighthouse, which we're gonna get to again today. It's a beautiful day out here on Lake Ontario. So let's go on and see the view over there at that beautiful lighthouse. So when you come here, you're going to see a lot of these signs that say entry prohibited. It's a national wildlife area. The reason for this is because they don't want to disturb the habitat for all the different wildlife that live here. There's lots of endangered species out here, and you can see another barn swallow habitat just beyond the sign there. So it's very important that when we come here, we have to conserve and protect, and that's why I like coming out on different trails to learn about conservation and to hopefully help conservation along the way for the future generations. Okay, so here we are at the harbor. Long Point Peninsula. The Long Point Peninsula plays a key role in the natural and cultural history of Prince Edward County and eastern Lake Ontario. Offshore is a main shipping route through the Great Lakes between Canada and the United States. The surrounding waters support important fish stocks as well as schools of small fish that provide food for larger fish and wildlife. The small sheltered cove known as Long Point Harbor is a natural feature. It has been used by countless generations of indigenous, commercial, and recreational fishers and boaters to access or at times take shelter from the open waters of Lake Ontario. The harbor and point provided one of the only refuges for ships along the shoreline. The Prince Edward Point Lighthouse, or Traverse Point Lighthouse, is situated on the south side of the harbor outside of the National Wildlife Area. It is a legacy of the area's maritime history, which includes many tales of dangerous trips and shipwrecks on storm-tossed shores and offshore limestone shoals. Built in 1881, the wooden lighthouse was an important navigation aid for more than a century. Today, it is a designated heritage lighthouse managed by Parks Canada. Okay, so at every single national wildlife area in Canada, there's two signs: conservation and the mission. And over here at the conservation sign, it shows us in Ontario where all of the different wildlife areas are. So we're here at number 9, and there's 10 in Ontario. Come on over here this way. And it shows us across Canada how many different wildlife areas there are. So I've been to a few of these wildlife areas, 2 in Ontario, here where we are right now at the Prince Edward Point, which is number 9 right over here, right here, there we go, number 9 in Ontario. I've also been to the Mississippi Lake National Wildlife Area, which is number 10 up here. And when I took my trip out to New Brunswick last year, I was up here at number 4, the Cape Germain National Wildlife Area. And as you can see, across Canada, there are just so many different amazing wildlife areas to put conservation first. So the mission here at every single national wildlife area across Canada is for migratory bird sanctuaries from a vast network of protected areas across the country. The Canadian Wildlife Service is mandated to create and mange these specific sites as part of its core mission to conserve wildlife, habitat, and their ecosystems, with a particular focus on migratory bird species at risk. Okay, so we're gonna be following the trail that goes over and around the harbor, and it starts over there. All right, so this gate here is just to keep ATVs out. But there is a footpath that goes through here. Hopefully, we can see some birds flying around in here as we walk through the National Wildlife Area. All right, so we are gonna take a curve around here. It's gonna loop us around the harbor and get us to that beautiful view of the lighthouse. It's also a beautiful summer day here on September 3rd. It's about 22 degrees outside. Not a cloud in the sky, so it's a perfect day for a walk down a trail. You can certainly hear a lot of birds up here. Okay, so just across the way there is where we were at the signs at the harbor. So we are almost to the lighthouse. Okay, so since the lighthouse is maintained by Parks Canada, we are now entering the Parks Canada historic site boundary. All right, there is the lighthouse. There's actually a really beautiful view of Lake Ontario over here. Let's go check it out. Okay, so that is the end of part 4 out here at the Prince Edward Point National Wildlife Area. It's such a beautiful day out here by Lake Ontario, and we're going to end things here at the Point Traverse Lighthouse. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll have to do some more research on the Bird Observatory to make sure the next time I come out here that I'm able to go on that trail and see all those beautiful birds. Right now they're just working on some conservation efforts and banding the birds with their trackers to make sure that they can keep track of all the beautiful species of birds out here. Thank you for coming along with me on this adventure, and as always, I'll see you at the next one.